In our final video for awards, we're going to do a few things. First, we're going to log in as the S1 Pro and release the award to the member. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the member's record to see their approved award on their file and to print off a copy. And then finally, we're going to try and log in as the individual who recommended the award to see if we can still see the status of that award on our own sort of personal tracker for people that we've recommended awards to. So right now I'm logged in as the Battalion S1 HR Pro, and I'm going to release that award to the member. And I click on HR Professional, PARS. I'll input their employee ID. And here we see this is the award that we had routed for signature. And I can look at the approval chain by clicking on this hyperlink. And this will list all of the awards that have been submitted via IPPS-A for that member. And I can see that if I click on this award recommendation drop down, I see that it was myself as the HR Pro recommended approval, went to the company battalion, and it was approved by the brigade commander. And I can also see the comments that were left. So as an HR Pro, you might want to remind your commanders that what they put will be read. Okay? So we'll close that out and we'll just click on this continue button. Typically what will happen is up in the top left-hand corner here, it'll go through all of this data again. What I've done is just skipped ahead to the transaction summary, and I'm going to click release to member. Okay, and I'm going to click continue. Okay, now the award has been released to the member, and that's it. Now as an S1, you need to understand this isn't going to make a certificate. All right, so you might want to come up with a procedure where before you release it to the member, or perhaps shortly after, you have copied that citation, because you're still going to have to prepare a certificate for that individual. So for AMs, that's real easy, right? Because it's kind of all internal at the battalion. But at the brigade, you're going to want to come up with a way, be able to manage those citations and prepare the certificates. There's a lot of ways you could do that. You could do that through workflows. So prior to the brigade commander approving an RCOM, or prior to the division commander approving an MSM, it goes through some sort of S1 recommender in the workflow so that they can copy the citation to begin preparing their certificates. Another way to do it would be once it's been released to the member by the Battalion S1, then a request for a certificate is submitted, and maybe they copy and paste that into the PowerPoint, or however the certificates are done. So those are a couple questions to be asking with regards to getting award certificates for awards that are award PARs that are completed in IPPS-A. Again, very easy for AMs, but it requires a little bit more nuance when you get into the RCOMs and MSMs and above. So what we're going to do real quick is log out. We're going to log back in as the member so we can see a copy of our award. Okay, so now I'm logged in as the member, or the individual who the award was for. And as you see in the top right-hand corner here, I have a notification. If I click on that notification, this is the easiest way to get to it. I see an alert, and it tells me that I have a new award that's been added to my record. In order to see that, I need to click on the over here, this My Awards tile. And so this will pull up every award that's been completed through IPPS-A. Now, if I know the order number, which I probably don't, I can go through the transaction type and try to see if one of those are choices. Ultimately, when this initially goes live, if you just hit search, there will probably be a very minimal number of choices or selections that come up. What we'll do is we'll try the award. I've never done this. We'll try the award and hit search. And of course, you can also go through the dates there. And here it is. An award has come up for me. I can click on view the order, and it should pull up a PDF document for me to be able to view, print, etc. So here is the award. It comes up in a Word type document, and this is a copy of my award. Now, this document will go directly to my AMHRR, my OMPF, but it's important to understand that it has to be released by the S1. So if you're waiting for your award to PCS, or if you're really trying to get this knocked out before the board, something like that, you're going to want to contact the S1 so they can release it for you. Otherwise, you just wait about 30 days and the IPPS-A will automatically do it. S1s should understand that as well, that coming up with a process of how you're going to release those or let them sit in sort of ether purgatory for 30 days until they're released. But you might want to think about, how you're going to do that, how long you're going to let that sit, in your policy, and then how is that going to affect getting a copy of the order for the citation? Because I can see it being very laborious to keep pulling up every single order for every person to get a copy of that citation. But that's it. That's how you, as a member, you would get a copy of your approved PAR order. In this case, the PAR was an award. Now what we're going to do is we're going to log out and we're going to log in as the individual who recommended the award to see if we can still track that award as a recommender. A few days ago, we created a video on submitting a PAR on behalf of someone else. In this case, it was an ARCOM PAR or award PAR by the company XO on behalf of a soldier. I'll pop an iCard up so you can see how to submit an award on behalf of someone else. And one of the cool features that IPPS-A provides is that whomever submits the award can continue to track that award or that PAR throughout the completion, so they can kind of have their own awareness of where that award is. And as a leader, they can try and engage to move that thing forward. So what we're going to do is we're just going to log in real quick and see if we can figure out how to check the status of that PAR that we submitted. So I'm logged in as the company XO, and I'm going to go to under self-service. I'm going to go to my personal action requests because it was my action that I requested. And I'm going to click on the My Buddy PARs because that's the button I clicked to start this whole process. And now when it comes up, I can see that the award has been processed, right? It can see that the ARCOM, well, it doesn't say ARCOM, it just says the award recommendation for achievement has been processed. I can see the approval chain to see, where it went, what they said, if I was that interested. I can see if it was recommended for upgrade, downgrade, all of the same things that a battalion S1 or even a commander in the routing chain would be able to see. And so I can click continue here, and it just lets me see that the action is complete. So now I have my own tracker as a recommender of the award PARs or any PAR that I've submitted on behalf of someone else. Very powerful tool for leaders now. No more running to the S1 and asking the company and getting a tracker that's a few days old. This is really real time. It's a really cool feature, I think, for IPPS-A and for leaders who do HR on behalf of other people. So that's it for awards. We're going to move on to the next series of videos. So make sure you click the subscribe button. You want to make sure you're following along. We're going to start digging deeper. We got promotions coming up. That's a big one. Again, we're still putting these on MilTube, posting on S1Net. I'd also ask that no matter what social media forum you're using to watch these, that you leave me some comments, some feedback, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, give me 4 or 5 stars. All of those types of things to help provide feedback so that we know that the videos are what you want. We've already had a couple of ideas from the field. Hey, can you do a video on this, or can you talk about that? So it becomes very, very helpful for us to help provide for you, the consumer. Otherwise, we appreciate you watching. Defend and serve.